Hey guys, welcome back to my channel. My name is Angela, and this video is going to be an update for my fall project Use It Up for my candles. It's mostly all Bath & Body Works, mostly. But yeah, my project Use It Up candle edition that I'm going to do an update on for fall. I've made progress, and my thing is progress, so I've been doing okay on that aspect of things. I have only fully used up one candle that I had in this edition for the last little bit of time. It's this Paris Cafe. So as we see here on the back, I was about halfway, and then I just finished it off. It went okay. I don't know that I had any issues with it. This was my first time burning Paris Cafe. It looks like the one burned longer, but that doesn't mean anything at all went wrong. Yeah, first time burning Paris Cafe, and total love. This was great. I actually have a couple of these in my collection in this specific packaging from this past year, so I'll be able to use it going forward. But yeah, this is the one that I fully used up out of this edition of this project. And so I'm going to start with talking about the single wicks that I had in this. The first one I'm going to talk about is one that I didn't use from this last edition that I did since I've updated last. It's this blueberry cotton candy. Not a favorite. This is where I was at the last update. I just haven't used it. I'm having a hard time smelling it to burn. Smelling it on cold is not terrible, and my kids like it on cold, but I have to like it burning. So I know I said I was going to just throw it away when I was done with it, but I think I'm gonna just put it in my collection for next year at the end of this project. So not right now, but when I'm finished with this fall round, I'm gonna just put it back in my collection wherever I ended at, because I don't know that I'm gonna burn it anymore as it is. So blueberry cotton candy, that's the update on this one. Not very impressive, but it is what it is. The next one I'll update on is this pumpkin marshmallow from S&D Candle Company, a local to me candle company. I made a little bit of progress. It doesn't look cute like it did when I first bought it and started burning it. It doesn't smell the best. As I'm getting through it, it doesn't smell the best. And do we see how sooty that jar is? Holy cats. That's nuts. I trimmed the wick. I have a wick trimmer, a specific one that I use for just wicks. So I'm regularly on top of trimming my wicks, but this is just unruly no matter what I do. Gets a little wild. I guess I didn't trim any of my wicks before I did this, so they're where they are. Yeah, so you're going to see a raw where my wicks are without trimming them. But normally before I light candles up, I trim them and make sure they're appropriate, except for this Radiant Red Maple back here. She's an exclusion from that. But okay, I'm just rambling so much. Okay, so the final single wick that I had in this round that I made a little bit of progress on is this pumpkin pecan waffles. I mean, I feel like I've done a little bit. I put this in a candle sleeve, and I've been trying to make it even out, and that was the last time I burned it. That was what my goal was, to try and get it to even out before I did this, but it is what it is, and it's where it is. This is a super strong candle, just like the Body Care. It's a little bit much for me, so it's likely going to be put in my collection at the end of this for next year to see if it gets burned next year, and if it doesn't get burned next year, I'll end up just tossing it next year. But on to the 3 wicks. I'm going to start with the ones that I didn't really make the best progress on. I mean, I'll explain it. Okay, so the first one that I did not burn a single time, I know I didn't burn a single time, is this pumpkin spice latte. So that's where I am, where I was at the last update. Maybe I burned it, but no, there's no way. It's burning okay. I think it was just too early in the season for me to really get into it too much. So hopefully now that it's a little bit cooler out, I mean after this week it'll be a little bit cooler out. Hopefully after this I will get into a routine with that, especially now that Paris Cafe is out of this edition that I'm doing right here. hopefully that will push me and motivate me to get that one used up. In this specific packaging, I do have another one of these in my collection. So, okay, so another one that I didn't burn at all in this, but I have other opinions on, and I would like to talk on this further after this, is this Blueberry Pumpkin Patch. In the jar that my son was mixing pumpkin apple with. Yeah, so this is where I am. And okay, I'm not the only one who has a weird, funky problem with Blueberry Pumpkin Patch, because who is it? Mr. Kong's mom? She made a video and she was talking about how it turned on her and she had to put it into a candle crock to write it out. Well, I don't own a candle crock and I don't necessarily want to buy one just for a candle, so I don't want to burn this at all. And I like at all. And I really don't want to keep this in this round, because I don't even want to look at it. Like, I don't want to think about it. I'm so done with this Blueberry Pumpkin Patch, and I'm so sad that this is my opinion on this, because I was so excited for this, and like there's so much hype from previous years when this first came out of how good it was. I did not have that experience, and I'm very bummed that I did not have that experience. Why do I keep smelling it? Why do I keep doing that to myself? Okay, I'm just trying to make a decision, and I'm like trying to make a decision on camera, and I feel a little bit stressed because I don't normally do this, but I think what I'm going to do, I'm just going to pass this on to likely the trash can. Like, I think I'm just going to throw this away. I don't want to talk about it another time, and I don't want it to sit around on my counters or in my cabinets or anything, knowing that it's something that needs to get burned or needs to get gone through, and I don't want to get through it. So I think I'm just going to toss this one and get this out of this round and not talk about it anymore. So yeah, that's my stinky opinion on Blueberry Pumpkin Patch, which is disappointing. Those are all the 3-wick candles that I didn't use that I need to speak of. One that I do need to speak of and have another hard conversation, just like I just had with the Blueberry Pumpkin Patch, is this one from Kringle. It's this Anjou and Allspice. It's a 3-wick. This is Where I Am. I did burn it a couple times. It's been okay. I don't have any significant issues with it. But do you see the wax color difference? It feels like every time I burn it, I'm losing less wax and gaining more distorted wax coloring. I don't even know if that's possible, but I really feel like that's what's happening. I feel like it also has like a really sooty scent to it on top of the Anjou and Allspice. And again, I keep my wicks trimmed and everything, and like the jar itself is okay, but like the wax, I feel like it's just not, again, I'm like stuttering through my words because I don't know what to say, because I make decisions before I film videos and then I talk about them. I don't make decisions in videos, but these are 2 decisions I'm going to be making right now, and I think this one's also going to be meeting the trash can with the Blueberry Pumpkin Patch. It leaves a funky taste in my mouth, this experience with Kringle Candle, because I have 4 Kringle candles right now, including this one. I don't know any of the other names off the top of my head, but I have them. I don't know that a 3-wick is what I should have gotten. I don't know if other forms of Kringle Candle are better than 3-wicks. I don't know. But she's going in the trash with Blueberry Pumpkin Patch, and I'm just done talking about it. I'm done trying to burn it. I'm done smelling it. Maybe I'll pick it up in the future, but honestly, I'm kind of over blind buying candles online, which includes like Kringle Candle or like Homeworks if I were to buy it online, or Goose Creek, stuff like that. I'm done blind buying candles. That's just not something I'm going to be doing anymore. So I don't know how many more Kringle candles I'm going to end up buying going forward, but we shall see.
So I'm doing a brief interjection here. I feel the same way about that one, and I should have just made the decision on camera when I filmed it, like in the moment. I just want to toss this. I'm done with it. It doesn't smell good. Doesn't look good. It's not fun to burn. I'm tossing this. It's going with the other ones that I threw away. And then, blueberry cotton candy. Okay. While I agree with what I said, that I'm going to just put this back in my collection when I'm done with this, however, that's going to happen sooner than later. Like, that's what I'm going to do after I'm done filming this. I just don't want to smell it anymore, and I just don't want to deal with it, and I don't want to burn myself out on it. I want to give myself a chance to use it up next year, so... yeah. This was an interjection from kind of technically editing me, but also just after filming me. So, okay, back to what I was talking about in the actual video.
Okay, so this white pumpkin, I made a little bit of progress on. A few times I've burned it. The one wick seems pretty funky on it, like not proportionately placed, but I haven't had any issues so far, so we shall see where it goes. This one is from 2020, so it's an older candle. But yeah, so we are about halfway on White Pumpkin, and I really feel like before this project's up, I should be able to totally get through that one. That should be a feasible grab for me to do, is finish that one up, but we'll see. So another one that I've been using, and I've been making some progress on, is this Leaves. I like this packaging. I know some people don't really like it, but I don't know. I don't hate it. Not halfway yet. It's also not been that cold, and Leaves is intense and kind of needs to be more chilly for me to want to burn Leaves. We've had some like on and off warmer days, so it's just, I've been making progress on it. I've been burning it more in the mornings and stuff like that. So I really love Leaves. In the end, what can I say? So in that same packaging as Leaves, I have this Sweater Weather. And this one I've just been burning through. I'm well over halfway on it. I've just been tearing through it. If you could see the wax color, it's super sooty looking, but I don't understand that, but it is what it is. I enjoyed this scent. A couple years ago, I thought that Sweater Weather was too much for me, and perhaps it was back then, but nowadays me, I really enjoy Sweater Weather. Sweater Weather is like right up my alley. And again, I'm surprised I've made as much progress on this. This is going to be done super soon, much sooner than later, so that should be something we can look forward to for my next update. So the final 3 wicks that I have in here are both Halloween candles. They're both from last year too, actually. First one I have is this pumpkin carving. And here, we're not halfway, but anybody who smelled pumpkin carving before knows it's like intense, and it's a definite cold weather type of a scent. And so just like with like Leaves and stuff like that, it hasn't been quite that cold yet, so I've made a little bit of progress on it when it was cooler out. But so the final 3 wicks that I have to talk about is this spooky Cider Lane in the cool packaging with the infamous lid. And here, I don't know if we're gonna even be able to see this. Black on black, what can I say? Probably should have gotten like a silver one, but I don't own a silver Sharpie, so I've only burned this one time. Twice. Definitely burned this twice. It's not my favorite scent. Like, I know this might not be a popular opinion, but Cider Lane itself is not my favorite scent. I don't hate it though. Like, it's one that I really enjoy, and the fact that they gave it to us with this super cool lid totally sold me on it. If I'm being honest, that's why I have so many of this. Otherwise, like, if I would have just smelled it, I wouldn't have got it. Like, they came out with, I think it was the same year as this packaging, they came out with, I should look it up, this Cider Lane. I had no interest. Like I said, I really got this just for the Halloween jar aspect of it. So yeah, but again, I have so many in my collection, so we're just gonna keep burning it. I don't hate it. I know everybody says it's like a caramel apple. It's definitely appley. It's Cider Lane. It's appley, but not my favorite. I don't know why I'm rambling so much about that one. I don't know. The final collection of candles in general that I have to talk about here are all unburned. Initially, like this project that I've had them in, they're unburned. These first two I have burned previously, like in other years, because they're not this year's candles. But the first one is just the Perfect Autumn. I'm about halfway. Yeah, it's from 2021. It's kind of strong. I don't know what it... I don't know what's in it that gets to me. Pregnant me has a hard time with this one, but I'm really going to do what I can to make as much progress on this as I can. If not, it's going to go back in my collection for another year. Maybe next year when I'm not pregnant. So the last one that actually had a little bit of progress from previous years, but none this year so far, is this Acorn Lane. I'm pretty near the top up here. It's burned okay. This is from 2020. So it does need to get out of the collection. I think the packaging is super cute. I love the little leaf on it. I find it similar to leaves and pumpkin carving, where it's just more for colder weather, and we just haven't been there yet, so Acorn Lane is just on the docket, probably coming up in this next little bit time here after we have this little warmer spell again. Now for the final candles that I have to talk about are all candles that I haven't touched at all yet. This first one is the final single we can talk about. It's this Spiced Pumpkin and Patchouli. And honestly, I did not expect to have already burned this. I did not, because this is definitely a more colder weather scent, and it's more of like a Thanksgiving time of scent. And I just wanted to have it in my edition of what I'm burning and have it out front so that I could burn it if I wanted to, and not just like have it in my collection downstairs and have to go get it. Definitely more of a Thanksgiving scent, so the time for this is coming. It's just not right now. So for 3 wicks, we have 2 3 wicks left. I have a cinnamon stick, unburned, last year's packaging, 2022. I have 2 of these in my collection specifically. That just, again, hasn't been the season for it. And then we have Pumpkin Bonfire. Also unburned. This one specifically is from 2021. And I was only able to get my hands on one in this packaging, and I freaking loved it so much. So then the next year, don't mind my dog hair. I have a white dog. The next year, 2021, this one came out again, and I was like super jazzed. I was like, you gotta be kidding me. I'm so happy they're coming out with this again. So I bought a bunch of these. I had like 4 or 5 of them. And then they came out with it last year. And they came up with an even cooler packaging of it this year that I had to pick up because I couldn't help myself. So I think Pumpkin Bonfire is one they're going to keep coming out with. This packaging I could totally do without, but I'm going to just burn through what I have because I already have it, and I'm not going to do any like exchanges or anything. That's just not worth it. Not on candle packagings like that. But yeah, so that one hasn't been used yet either. That wraps it up. That's my Project Use It Up fall update for my candles that I'm doing. Mostly Bath & Body Works, especially after this update, it's mostly Bath & Body Works. I did only use up that one Paris Cafe, but I'm making progress. We're making progress, and I am giving myself a little bit of grace. I am 29 weeks pregnant, and I just am doing what I can while I'm very preoccupied with a lot of other things. I have 2 little kids that are already running around on the ground, and then, like I said, I'm cooking this little baby in my belly right now, so I just kind of have things going on top of my life falling apart at the seams around me, but we're fine. It's good. We're good. It's all great. Going forward, I don't know how much longer I'm going to be doing these fall candles for, because this update will conclude September and really push us into October and start that month off. And like realistically, I will be starting to want to burn more Christmassy types of scents in the beginning of November and less fall type of scents. And we're gonna couple that on top of, I'm due on the 22nd in November, so moving candles around and stuff like that, and like, so I have, probably can't see them up there, I have 2 cabinets up above me, and I keep my current season candles in there, so I can just grab from there and I can just take what I want to burn. I can kind of have my selection, so I don't have any doubles up there like I have down in my collection down in my basement. But in any case, I'm just explaining things where nobody really cares. But what I'm probably going to be doing is I'm going to be ending this mid-October-ish, even though it's not even going to be Halloween yet, but I also can't guarantee that I'm not going to be decorated for Christmas before I have this baby, so we'll see. We'll see, because I'm not due until right before Thanksgiving, but we're gonna see how this all goes. But I've never had a baby this close to a big holiday like this. This is going to be interesting. I've honestly already started collecting the holiday candles that I want to start burning, because I feel like wintertime candles are going to be a little bit of a different story. Holiday candles I need to worry about sooner than later, especially if I want to make any progress on my collection. So, but yeah, this fall project's probably going to go through mid-October, if I have to guess anything about what I'm going to be doing. But thanks for listening to me ramble. I hope everybody has a great day. Until next time.